Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I have been reliving some of my past as I've been thinking about some of the future that's happening. My daughter is now of age where she can start driving, and I'm just thinking back to the time when I first got my license and how great of a driver I thought I was, and some of the stories that I have about those days and those driving experiences, I think you're gonna find pretty entertaining. So if you stay with me, you'll get to hear some of my funny stories. So thanks for watching. Probably have a kid that's ready to get their driver's license, or maybe they just got their driver's license and you're teaching them how to drive, or you're thinking about how you're going to teach them how to drive, or you're going to hire somebody to teach them how to drive. But no matter what, it's probably pretty scary while you're thinking about it. And I know it's scary for me just because I know what kind of driver I was. Yes, was. Now I'm a very good driver. I don't get tickets. Maybe one I just got recently, but before that, no tickets. But I do have some funny stories about things that have happened to me while I was driving that I'm sure my parents were probably pretty scared hearing about when I told. So my parents, for my birthday, which was very kind of them, they got me a car for my birthday, but I was not very thankful for the car that they got me until I realized what that car could do, and then I liked it. But it was a...
What? The seats folded all the way down flat?
No, Steve. He always has his mind in the gutter.
How old are you?
Yeah, 17. So 17 years old, first car. It's a 1973 Pontiac Ventura. And for some reason in the 70s, this like disgusting puke green color was like the color to have. It was like the Dart was that color, the Ventura was that color. So I had the lime green Ventura, and just was not happy with the car. Did not like it because it was ugly green and I wanted something super snappy. I didn't like the car. So the first thing we had to do, right, was modify the stereo, because you know, you had the push button AM FM stereo. There was no equalizer, there was no good speakers. It was just the standard stereo that came in the 73 Ventura. So we thought it would be really cool if I took the speakers from my stereo system in my room, you know, the big, like back then, they were big speakers, they were like this big. So we took those and the speaker wire and we seat belted them in the back seat of the car so that we could have louder speakers. So if anybody was in the car, they had to sit in between the speakers, or we would put the speakers on the floor. But then we ran like stereo wire, and then we got another radio that was like a better radio because it had an equalizer system in it, but it didn't fit in the hole where the old stereo was. So we took coat hangers and we twisted them up and we cradled it underneath the part where the radio would have went in. So I had this like dangling, swinging radio with the seatbelt speakers in the back.
It worked?
Yeah, it worked. I had friends with talents. They knew how to hook things up. I realized how fast the car was. I just loved to do anything that was fast in it. And we lived in a small town and there were a lot of hills. There was this one street that you started out at the traffic light and it meandered down a long hill of twists and turns, and the speed limit was 25. And there was one dip in the intersection before you got to the other busy road. So it was my goal to go as fast as I could through the winding road, and then we would get to this intersection with the dip, and I would try to hit it at like 70, 75 miles an hour, and we would be airborne. I mean,
love doing that.
So we were airborne. And then I remember we would, you know, we'd hit, and like people that were in the front seat were in the back seat, people in the back seat were in the front seat. I mean, and we just did this incessantly. I mean, I would do it like every day after school, and my friends were so scared, and I had just no fear. I was like, it was so safe. Nothing was gonna happen, and we just plowed down that street. And yeah, that was something that I really loved to do in that car.
So Your child's just like that.
I know. So she's gonna do stuff like this
Yeah.
when she's driving, and that's scary. Maybe she won't. Maybe she won't.
No, because
Maybe she won't.
Uber did not exist back then.
What does that mean?
She can just Uber it everywhere.
Yeah, well, I think Ubering it might be a better bet for everyone in the world. He's gonna teach her how to drive, not me. And the world will be a safer place. Thank you for watching my video and hearing the stories of how I tore up the roads in New Jersey, because I definitely don't tear up the roads in Florida. I'm a very cautious driver, and that was a long, long time ago. So thanks for watching, and I really do need everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. And I have more.
Okay.
So I have more.